For this circuit we have to find V1, V2 and V3 using nodal analysis. So if we observe, we can see there is a super node here and this one, so like that. So if I want to write KCL, first we should identify few things, like V2 can be written as V1 minus 2i and V3 is V1 minus 12. So these two, V2 and V3 in terms of V1. So basically we have we can use V1 here. So if I write KCL, this is an outgoing current, this is an outgoing current, then an outgoing current in this direction, then an outgoing current, basically this one, so this one, and which is I as well. So V1 over 4 is this one, V1 over 4 plus V2 over 1. So instead of V2 I can write V1 minus 2i over 1 plus this one, it should be V2 minus V3 over 2. So V2 can be written V2 minus 2i, sorry, V1 minus 2i minus V3 is V1 minus 12 over 2. Yes, that's 2. So 2 there, and then plus the last one is this one, which is V3 over 4. So V3 is V1 minus 12 over 4, that's 0. So these are the 4 currents, outgoing currents. So if I multiply both sides by 4, it becomes V1 plus 4V1 minus 8i plus, oh, here I could have this one would become V1 minus 2i minus V1. This will become plus because it was actually there would be a bracket, so V1 gets cancelled and it becomes minus 2i plus 12. So when multiplied by 2 it will become plus 24 minus 4i, and then this is V1 minus 12 is equal to 0. So we now have V1, V1 and V1 here, so 5V1 and then minus 12i is equal to, this is 12 here, so on the right hand side when it goes on the other side it becomes negative, so like that. So that's what I have as equation 1. An observation can be made, which is V3 is equal to 4i, because this drop should be V3, this drop here. So V3 is 4i, which is V1 minus 12 is equal to 4i, or V1 minus 4i is equal to 12. So that can be another equation. So V1 minus 4i is equal to 12. This is another equation, and the other one is 5V1 minus 12i is equal to minus 12. So these two equations I have. So if I multiply, this is, let's say this is 2 and this is 1. So 1 minus 2 times 5 will be 5V1 minus 12i is equal to minus 12, and this will be 5V1 minus 20i is equal to 60. So this will get cancelled, this is gone, and this will then I have to subtract. So this will become 8i here, and this will become, so that's negative 72. So I is minus 9. I is minus 9, so we have V1 is equal to 4i plus 12. So that's minus 36 plus 12, which is minus 24 volts. So we have I as 9 ampere, V1 as minus 24 volt. Once we have V1, we can find V2, which will be, I don't want to do this, V1 minus 2i. So V1 minus 2i, V1 is minus 24, minus 2i will be plus 18. So this will be minus 6 volts. V3 is V1 minus 12. So V1 was minus 24, minus 24 minus 12 is minus 36 volts. So I have all the three voltages, V3 here, then V1 is here, and then this is V2.